Oakland, California's Democrat Mayor Libby Schaaf tweeted a warning over the weekend that she had learned about an upcoming Immigration and Customs enforcement operation. Schaaf said it was her duty to warn families, even though ICE's sweeps in California have targeted illegal immigrants with criminal records.
My priority is to keep this community safe. It is not my wish to panic people, but to ensure that they're prepared with information. I feel confident that my sharing this information, because I did not receive it through official channels, is legal, and frankly, it's my ethical obligation.
Oh, ethics she's talking about now. Now, the mayor has said she would go to jail to protect Oakland's sanctuary status, raising the question, did she break the law with her warning? Let's ask our guest. Claude Arnold is the former special agent in charge for ICE in Los Angeles, and Joe Alioto Veronese, I'm getting that right, a former San Francisco police commissioner. Great to see both of you. All right, Joe, let's start with you, because Libby Schaaf is a very popular mayor. She's very colorful, and now she's saying that not only we're not going to cooperate with ICE. That's throughout the state. You're not cooperating with ICE in businesses and so forth, but she's going to send out these warnings, apparently, anytime she gets word of an impending raid or operation to target criminal aliens. So not just a farm worker who walks across the border, but aliens who are already adjudged criminals who have either not been showing up for their deportation hearings or have just absconded. So why are we protecting the criminals now, Joe?
Well, I think what you're seeing here is a breakdown between the local and the federal government and the relationship there. I don't think there's a whole lot of trust from the mayor all the way up to the president, or between the two, rather, that you're specifically targeting hardline criminals. And that's not, I mean, you read some of the headlines and that's not really what we're seeing. But the fundamentals of what's going on here is that every law enforcement officer knows, and some of your previous guests have even talked about it on your show. Terry Lane said, you know, FBI dropped the ball in the Florida incident. You're talking about the sheriff and his relationship with the public. The most fundamental tool that law enforcement has is that relationship with the public. And we have a very diverse community here in San Francisco and in Oakland, the Bay Area.
But what does that mean, Joe? I mean, honestly, when I hear a diverse community, that's fine. That's all well and good. But you also have criminals. You have criminals who are doing real damage and real harm to both legal immigrants and American citizens. You have people who are just working, and that, yeah, we get that. But the ICE maintains that they're targeting individuals who pose a threat to national security, public safety, border security, etc. We do not conduct sweeps or raids that target aliens indiscriminately. Claude, I want to get you in on this, and Joe, you can get back after the comment. Claude, I got to say, it's not like they're going through, 10 restaurants looking for, the dishwashers. They're looking for people who are real problems. And now Oakland says, no, guess what? We're going to warn them so they can go to the next community.
Yeah, you got it right, Laura. They're going after criminals. Almost all these targets, you can never say all because there's exceptions to the rule, but almost all these targets are people with criminal convictions or some sort of criminal history. So we're talking rapists, child molesters, drug dealers, gangbangers. I mean, ICE doesn't have the resources to go after the street vendor. This is something that's always alleged on the other side. Oh, they're arresting these street vendors. They don't have the time or the inclination to go after those people. And, by facilitating these people to escape ICE's grasp, all the city of Oakland is doing is endangering their own community, and I dare say their diverse part of their community, because that's where these people reside. So, the national recidivism rates, the rate at which people recommit crime, is about 57%. So we know that more than half of these people, when released, they're going to commit more crime. So if you're not releasing these people to ICE, and by the way, the county of San Francisco has not released someone to ICE since 2010. They're going back on the street to commit more crime against their communities.
Joe, your reaction?
Well, look, Yeah, look, releasing people to ICE and enforcing immigration policy is frankly not the job of local law enforcement. And Claude, I've read a couple articles that you've written. You acknowledge in the sex trafficking that the relationship between law enforcement and the community is absolutely essential. We cannot be scaring the community into hiding because, frankly, the evidence comes from them. That's how we solve crimes. It's not our job to do federal immigration law, and that's the bottom line.
Well, it's not solve crimes. I mean, we have people embedded in communities, you know, the diverse communities, who are known criminals. They're trafficking drugs, they're human trafficking, they're pushing child porn, they're involved in all sorts of crimes that hurt people, Joe. And for this mayor to get up there and on her high horse and say, oh, I'm going to go to jail because I'm not going to, you know something, that might work in some parts of Northern California and other communities, but most Americans see this and they think we've gone totally off the rails. So now you exist to defend criminal aliens, not the people in those communities.
No, that's not necessarily true. I read what Libby Schaaf put out, and frankly, it was more of a broad, hey, the ICE is coming, but it's not necessarily targeting any specific neighborhood. We need these communities to cooperate with us. So if ICE has information about these rapists you're talking about, we don't tolerate that stuff in San Francisco.
Well,
give us that information. Our local law enforcement will
do if you're releasing all of them from jail. You're not turning anyone over to ICE. If you're releasing all of them, you do tolerate it.
There's no way San Francisco tolerates rapists and these other criminals that you're talking about.
Well,
they've been releasing every criminal alien since 2010, so they're
You're releasing them into the system, Joe. And again, we don't want to pig pile on you. You're not the one setting policy.
No,
but it is frustrating when when an immigration detainer is put on these individuals and they are simply released into the system to commit further crimes. That is you're right. That's a breakdown in the system.
ICE can go get a warrant and serve a lawful warrant on the sheriff's department.
So we're just going to make ICE do that every time. That's ridiculous. I mean, that shows such bad will on the part of Oakland, and San Francisco is in the same. Like the whole state's in the same. I don't know why you guys think this is good for your state. I really don't. That I will not understand. Except you guys want, I guess, new voters or something. I just don't know why you think any of this is good. But it's a great conversation. And by the way, there's a new major development in the House Russia investigation, speaking of legal issues, but it doesn't seem to pack the punch that some Democrats promised. Two top insiders are going to debate whether the Democrats' FISA memo actually did more to confirm Republicans' version of events. Next.